What's going on YouTube? It's your boy CJ, and today I'll be teaching you guys how to edit like Sam Kolder. And if y'all don't know who Sam Kolder is, y'all need to stop this video right now. Just stop this video and go type in Sam Kolder, my year 2016, and man, I promise you guys will be blown away by the content and video this guy gets. I think that was probably the best travel video I've ever seen. And today I will be teaching you how to edit your photos, like his photos on Instagram. Because if you guys haven't seen his Instagram either, oh my god, he got the best looking feed I've seen on Instagram as well. But like I said, guys, do not just steal his style and put it onto your photos. At least try to make it your own. Try to add a little pizzazz to it, and so you can show other people how you edit your photos and stuff. But let's get into it. Alright guys, as you can see, I already got my photos imported into Lightroom. That is my preferred photo editing software. You guys could also use Lightroom Mobile. If you follow along, it should work the same exact way. Alright guys, so let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start with the exposure. We're going to bring it up a little bit to about 0.05. That is fine. We're going to leave the contrast alone. We're going to use a different way to bring the contrast, and we're gonna go to highlights. So highlights we're gonna bring all the way down, just so we could preserve the detail in the highlights. And shadows, we're gonna actually bring up the shadows to about 15%. Yeah, right about there is fine. And the whites, we're gonna bring that up also to about 2% is fine. And for the blacks, we're gonna bring it up to about 15 is fine. Like I said, we're gonna bring that contrast another way back. So texture, I like my photos looking sharp, really sharp. Some of you may not, so you might want to bring that down. But for this photo, we're gonna bring it up to about 11%. It's about it. Good. And the clarity to about, actually we're gonna bring the clarity down to about -4 is fine. And the haze, we're gonna bring that up to about 14. That's fine. And vibrance, bring out the weaker colors, and we're gonna bring that up to about 10% should be fine. And saturation about 5%. That looks good to me. And this is where we're gonna bring back that deep saturated colors. We're gonna bring it back in the tone curve. So for the tone curve, we're gonna make 2 points, one right about here and one right about here. We're gonna bring this one to about right here, and we're gonna bring that down right here, and then we're gonna bring that up right here. I'm gonna fix it, play around with it a little bit. That's fine with me. Then we go to reds. And for the reds, we're gonna put one right about here. Another one. Couple over here, and we're gonna do that to the greens and the blues, same thing. Well, with the blues, we're gonna do a little bit different. Just a little bit. That looks fine to me. All right, we're gonna move to the HSL colors. All right, so this is where we're gonna be playing with our hue, saturation, and luminance. This is actually where we're really gonna be getting that look, that nice Sam Kolder like look. All right, so we're gonna start with the hue. So with the reds, we're gonna bring it up to about 76-ish. Yeah, right around here. That should be fine. We need the orange. We're gonna bring it down, make it a little bit more orange. And the yellows, we're gonna bring it down to about -70. And the greens, we're gonna bring it down to about 11. Aquas, we're gonna leave it alone. Blues, we're gonna bring it down to about -31. That should be fine. Purples, we're gonna bring it down to -56 should be fine. And magentas, we're gonna bring it up to about 15. All right, we're gonna move to saturation. Saturations, we're gonna bring the reds up to about 34. We're gonna leave oranges alone, and yellow, we're gonna bring it down to about -76 should be fine. Greens, we're gonna bring it down to about the same thing. Aquas, like I said, we're gonna leave that alone. Blues, we're gonna bring that down to -78. And purples, we're gonna bring it down to about 70. 73 is fine. And magenta, we're gonna bring it down to -78. As you see, guys, you should be seeing the trend. Certain colors we bring the saturation all the way down, and certain colors we actually bring the saturation up. All right, so luminance, we're gonna go down to luminance. So what this does, this is brightens or darkens the color. So we're gonna start with red again. We're gonna bring it down to about -20. Orange, we're gonna bring that down to about -10. Yellows, we're gonna leave that alone. Greens, we're gonna bring that down to about, yep, that's fine right there. Aquas, we're gonna actually bring that down for the first time. It's about -15. And blues, we're gonna bring that down to about -30. Purples, -5. Yep, about 5 should be fine. And magenta, we're gonna bring that down to that's fine right there. Split toning, we're gonna leave that alone, and we're gonna go all the way to calibration. So in calibrations for the red primary, we're gonna bring the U up to 10, saturation 10, the green primary, we're gonna bring that up to 10, and we're gonna do saturation -10, and we're gonna leave the blues alone. All right, and after that, after we get the colors, guys, it looks a little dark to me, so I'll just usually go back up when I start to play around with the settings again. So for the shadows, I actually might bring that up some more. Bring up the exposure just a little bit. Bring down the blacks. And we'll go to the tone curve and bring that down a bit. Bring that down a bit. Still think it needs a little bit more. And boom. There we go. Looks pretty good to me. I could sit there and edit this all day, but this is how you get that Sam Kolder look, and you could tweak stuff around, make it into your own likings. After you do that, you don't gotta go over that whole thing again. You know, you just copy and paste that same settings you did onto other photos, and see, get that look. So you guys don't have to sit there and do that same thing on every photo. Well, it looks pretty good to me. I'll post this on Instagram. Oh guys, if you guys want to know, the Instagram aspect ratio is 4:5. Crop it, so by the time you got to post it on Instagram, it's Instagram ready. Alright guys, and we're back, and that's how you edit your photos like Sam Kolder. But please guys, please do not just steal his style and throw it onto your photos. You know, add your own style to it, add your own little pizzazz and make it your own. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and catch you in the next video. Peace.